Eric B's Daily Vlogs.
Something I haven't done in a while. Come out to my favorite park to do an outdoor vlog and get a nice shot of the past. Portals of the past here in Lloyd Lake in San Francisco. Let's get this started.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Welcome everyone, it's my daily vlog channel, Eric B's Daily Vlogs. Again, I haven't been out in a while. Haven't been out anywhere to vlog in a while. Since the last time was last year. Happy New Year. I guess I can say Happy New Year to you guys. I'm back inside my favorite park, Golden Gate Park, to clear my mind, to get my mindset back to where my mind used to be. And the best way to do it, overlooking the portals of the past here in Lloyd Lake, here in Golden Gate Park. So let's go walk around the lake with these guys hovering around me right now. Let's go check out what's going on here. Let's go check this out. Let's go. Lloyd Lake here in Golden Gate Park with the portals of the past. You see in the background the remnants from the 1906 earthquake. This one small arch was part of a mansion that was left remaining after the 1906 earthquake. Artists decided to save this mansion that was built in 1891 up in Nob Hill, owned by the railroad tycoon Albin Town up on California Street. It was the only thing left in the portal or in the mansion. Artists decided to keep that, and in 1909 they moved it from the area up in California Street and put it here in Golden Gate Park for all of us to remember. And right there, the past is in the present. And somebody left these geese. Can they even eat that? That looks like garbage. Guys, don't feed the wildlife. And I'm pretty sure there's a sign here somewhere that says don't feed the wildlife. Now this is something I haven't done in a while. Do a walking type vlog. I did it when I was at California's Great America. I did it there. It was fun. I had a good time. I did it with a different camera though. I did it with the Osmo Action 2 or the DJI Action 2, whatever it's called nowadays. But I never got around. Usually you guys know I would go around Golden Gate Park. But for you guys on this channel who don't know what's going on with my personal life, I did have to spend some time in the hospital. I haven't told you guys that. If you guys follow my podcast, the daily podcast with me, Eric B, everything is there. You can go ahead and look for that podcast. I forget which number of podcast that was, but everything's there. There's a story that I tell you guys on what happened when I was in the hospital. So I'm not going to go into details of what happened, but I was hospitalized for 35 days. I'll leave links to the podcast down below. So if you guys are interested, again, for you guys who watch my YouTube channel and don't jump on my podcast channel, I'll leave links to that down below so you guys could actually hear what happened. And it brings me out to being out here because the other day I started work, I went back to work. 4 months of me not being in work, and I got this PTSD, I guess what you can call it, post-traumatic stress syndrome that happened while I was at work because of me remembering being in the hospital for the 35 days I was in there. Ooh, it's really muddy over here. So I started to, I guess, have a panic attack, anxiety attack, and it made me wish that things were back the way it used to be before COVID, before I got sick, before all that. It made me wish, God, I wish we were back to that type of time where everything was okay. I mean, guys, PTSD is real. Panic attacks are real. Anxiety attacks are real. And I thought, you guys know me, I'm never that type person. I always like to push things aside and say, hey, things will get better, don't worry about it. But for that one moment that I was sitting at work, I reached this really dark place where I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think right. My hands were like, not that bad, but it was shaking. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And sure enough, it was an anxiety attack. And because I started thinking about what happened when I was in the hospital, I started thinking of the first 2 weeks when they couldn't find what was going on with me in the hospital. And I started thinking about that. Of course, I started thinking about death. I started thinking about, God, am I ever going to see my family again? And mind you, this is during COVID. So I couldn't even have anybody come see me in the hospital. So that played a pretty big role on me. It did. Which brings me out here, Golden Gate Park, Lloyd Lake, Portals of the Past, only because I wish I can walk through here. I wish I can just walk right through these gates and go back 2018, 2017, when things were, I don't want to say it was great, but it was better than what it is now. You can see my shadow in the background right there. For you guys who want to read, go ahead and pause. I'm not going to read it for you, but go ahead and pause. But this is once an entrance to a mansion. Of course, you have dumbasses who likes to graffiti, and I always call you guys dumbasses because you guys don't know history the way you should know history. It took a lot of people to put this out here and to make it look nice for us, and you guys are going to sit here and put your stupid name on it. We don't need to know your name. Sorry. But as we look out to Lloyd Lake, the sun blaring down on me, I can't imagine people that went through war, people that went through close death encounters, what they go through, people who actually died and was resuscitated, come back to life, what goes through their head. I mean, mine was minimal. I want to say it was minimal because mine was just, again, I'll leave links to the podcast down below for you guys who are just jumping on and are like, hey, what the hell are you talking about? I don't like talking about it anymore. I guess it triggers the PTSD in my head. It makes me think about what happened. So the best thing for me to do is I don't want to forget about it, but at the same time, I don't want to keep repeating myself. And I think that's what triggered it when I was at work. I saw people, of course, they haven't seen me in 4 months. They're going to ask you, hey, where have you been? What's going on? And I tell them, and once I told them, it triggered what was going on in my head. It triggered, that again. So I don't want to go there and tell you guys all over again. So the best thing for me to do, I'll leave links to the podcast down below. You guys can go ahead and listen to the podcast. I explain exactly what happened. I explained why I was there, what put me there, so that way you guys don't have to ask me again later on. I mean, I'm not trying to be a snob. It's just how it is. The way that sun just bounces off from the lake. A lot of people using this trail workout. I'm standing. I wish this was my front yard or my front door. I want to say it's my front door, but it's not. It's portals of the past. Pretty cool. I mean, hell, I like it. Just imagine what this looks like. There is pictures on the internet of what this house used to look like back in 1896 when it was first built. Then it says it right there, 1906 on the bottom line where my leg is. April 18th, 1906. Mrs. A.N. Toon donated. Guess they had to rebuild. I'm gonna walk back towards that way. But yeah, for you guys who always, wonder, someone says, hey, I'm having an anxiety attack, hey, I'm having this, take that serious. Take it serious, because it is serious. When someone's going through something in their head, take the time to talk to them, take the time to say, hey, what's going on? And I guess with me being back at work, the second week back at work, I'm physically almost there. And I thought mentally, again, I spent 4 months sitting at home just getting ready for this day. I spent 4 months at home. Someone should call the water people and let them know that there's a leak that's going down there somewhere. Someone should let them know that. Someone should. It's not going to be me. It's none of my business. I'm just walking around. Yeah, I spent 4 months recuperating, getting myself back together, getting myself back to where I'm supposed to be, just to find out that I'm mentally not ready to, what am I mentally not ready for? I'm mentally not ready to talk about or to re-talk about what happened while I was in the hospital. That's what I'm mentally not ready for. I'm mentally ready to go back to work. When I got to work, it was like I never left. I loved the things that I was doing, going back and forth, doing this, calling people, letting them know this and that. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It made me feel like, oh God, this is what I've been missing. But when it came to having to remember what I went through, remember what I was going through, remember the uncertainty of what was going to happen to me, whether I was going to come out of this like nothing's ever happened, or whether I was never going to come out at all. That started playing with my head and made me realize I shouldn't talk about this. I shouldn't. So that thing, PTSD, I mean, a lot of people say PTSD happens to people when they're in war, or people that served in the military. It happens to anybody that goes through a traumatic issue. Yesterday on my social media accounts, Facebook and Instagram, I posted a disorder in which a person has difficulty recovering after experiencing or witnessing a terrifying event. The condition may last months or years, with triggers that can bring back memories of the trauma, accompanied by the intense emotional and physical reaction. So that's exactly what my mind was doing to me. That's exactly what my head was going through. The memories, the physical trauma. I went through trauma, physical trauma. I went through 3 4-hour surgery. They had to remove parts of my intestines, and to recover from that, to just, again, mentally think about it wasn't an easy thing to think about, but it was definitely something that I had to go through. And again, being at work wasn't bad. Being at work was helping me, because it was helping me remember what it was like being back at work. It was helping me forget certain things that I went through, physically. But the mentally part started messing with me, because I started thinking about what I went through. I started thinking about what could have happened if I didn't recover. I started thinking about that. And it wasn't the people's fault who asked me where I've been. It wasn't their fault. I don't blame anybody for that. I mean, of course, if you've been away for 4 months and they haven't seen you for 4 months, and of course they're gonna ask, where have you been? And me being the type of person that I am, you guys know I like to talk, I like to share my events. I told them where I've been. I told them what happened to me. I told them. And once I told them, I guess it just triggered in my head, and it really, I didn't think it would affect me as much. Because, you know, I've told people before, I've told people in the past, I've told people everything. I guess, I don't know, that's kind of weird. I think that sign needs to be a little closer to the water. So that way, the people who left the food over there would know not to feed the wildlife in here. I think so. This is something I needed. This is something I needed to do. Get back out. Get back to what I love doing. Sharing content with you guys. That's why when I started the podcast, I was conflicted on the two that I love doing. I love doing this. I love going out. I love sharing everything with you guys. No issues with doing that with you guys. I love the podcast because it's another element that I can share with you guys, another story type telling that I can share with you guys. But I do have a lot of you guys who follows me here, who's on a consistent watching my videos, as you guys would say, binge watch my videos. Byron and a few of you guys out there who says, hey, I'm still on vlog 300, I'm still doing this. Yeah, I thank you guys for always being consistent and watching my vlogs. I appreciate that. And this is the element that I needed to get back into, just to unwind, hear the waterfall back there, the green waterfall back there. It's recycled water, just so anyone who's wondering, who's not from San Francisco, who's not from Golden Gate Park, that's recycled water. Recycled. There's a couple lakes here in San Francisco, here in Golden Gate Park, and it recycles the water. So that way there's no water waste. There's no, I mean, this is not a lake that I would recommend you guys jumping into because of these guys right here. But if that's something you want to do and that's something you want to get yourself involved with, to each his own, I guess. But this is definitely helpful. The breathing, the me being out here, this is definitely helpful. I enjoy this. I love going out and sharing things with you guys. As we take our last look at the waterfall, these poor geese eating what they're not supposed to be eating. You guys know you're not supposed to be eating that, right? You guys know that's not good for you guys. Go get the algae. This one right here, he's just watching me. Go get the algae that's in the water. You're not supposed to be eating that. You guys are supposed to find your own food, and whoever left that, you're just as bad as the people who graffitis over there. But if you ever want to come out here, Lloyd Lake, JF Kennedy Drive, right here, you guys can check this place out. I'm gonna attempt to walk on these rocks. Hopefully, none of them are slippery. And give you guys that money shot right there that you guys are all probably wondering about. So far, the rocks aren't that bad. I'm walking really slow. All right, I made it across. There is a little placard right there you guys can probably see. And there's no rock in front of it, so I can't even tell you guys what it says. Lloyd Lake, little waterfall, overlooking the portals of the past. Again, I kind of wish we could just go back there, kind of like a do-over, right? If there's something that you did, something that you, oh man, I messed up, and it's serious enough to where you can just use it maybe give us like, maybe let us use it like 3 times. Like 3 times in your life. You want a do-over? Let's go over here to Portals of the Past. And to keep the congestion down, maybe you got to be a 20-year resident of San Francisco. That's cutting it, but hey, that's probably the best thing we should do, because if not, everybody around the world's going to come over here, and everybody around the world's going to be like, hey, I want to use this, charge them a fee. But for us San Franciscans who's been here more than 20 years, maybe that's something we can do. I would think. All right, guys, this has been fun. Again, this is something, sometimes we just need to reconnect with what we love doing. Yes, I like working. Yes, I love being with people at work. I don't want to say love, that's too much. I like being with people at work. It's a different element that I have when I'm at work. So it's an enjoyable element when I have them at work. But sometimes being here, doing something you love doing, like vlogging, podcasting, sometimes you need that. Reconnect, redo, reset. And again, just like the portal back there, I don't know if you guys can see it, just like the portal back there, sometimes we just need a do-over. And I'm gonna go back to work. I'm gonna go back and do what I normally do. I'm gonna take things slow, start all over, take things slow. But again, for you guys who figures out what needs to be done with your life, if there's something traumatic that happened, something small, something big, something that triggers a post-traumatic stress syndrome in your head, take time out, relax, recuperate, and then just start fresh, start all over. Just do that. Best thing I can say to you guys, start fresh. If you guys ever reach that dark place, don't ever do it alone. Contact someone, call a friend, call your mom, call your somebody. Somebody should listen. And for you guys who aren't going through this, and you know someone who's going through this, when they reach out to you, drop everything. I know that's easier said than done. Drop everything. I have a good friend of mine who reached out to me and said, hey, let's have a couple beers and let's just talk about life. He just lost his son. And I told him, man, I can't today. And I forgot the reason why, but it was a legitimate reason. I wasn't brushing him off. I wasn't saying no, doing that. And the next day, his sister, who I never knew, don't know, reached out to me and said, hey, my brother committed suicide. And that bothered me for a little bit, because it made me wonder, could I have made that difference to him, for him, if I just sat down with him and drank that beer with him? I don't know, but it just lets me tell you guys, if you guys have someone who needs to reach out to you, who's reaching out to you, drop everything, no matter, I don't want to say no matter what the cost. If you're having surgery and someone reaches out to you, you can't drop that. But if it's something that you can drop and say, you know what, I can do this later, let's go sit down and talk, do it. Drop it, speak to them. It could change their life, and it can change your life as well. I needed to get that out. I needed to be out here. I needed to do that. But thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are going through this, if you guys need someone like me who is mentally there, but mentally needs to get better, needs to reach out and talk to you guys, I'd be more than happy. I'd be more than happy. Thumbs up again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments down below. Listen to the daily podcast with me, Eric B. I'll leave the link to the reason why I was hospitalized, so that way you guys can listen to it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. And hopefully more vlogs like this will come up. Hopefully. I've been doing the mixture of me vlogging in my podcast studio, vlogging at home. I'm going to stick to this Sony ZV-1 that I have. I was using both the Asmo Action 2 because I was doing a walking type vlog or a driving type vlog, but this I'm going to be using more as well because I love the Sony. It's a cool camera. But that's it. I'm long-winded. Again, I'm done talking. Thank you guys for watching. The vlog is ended, guys. Go in peace. All right. Have to walk back over. Look at that nasty, salty foam. Which way did I walk? Did I walk this way? I think I wore the wrong shoes. I made it. I made it across.
I made this.